In a word, civility. That's what the Democrat debates have been marked by. If you've watched Hillary and Bernie have any debates, and the chances are you haven't, but if you're a political junkie like me and others, you might have seen one or two or three or four, and they're actually very civil. For whatever reason, Bernie has decided to be a good soldier, and he's not going to try and take Hillary out. Doesn't talk about her corruption, doesn't talk about her emails, doesn't talk about Benghazi, doesn't talk about her server. But one thing he is touching on is her connection to Wall Street. And just by chance, if you haven't seen this clip, which has been making the rounds, it's really quite funny. And I thought that you should see it and hear it for yourself.
One of us has given speeches on Wall Street for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I kind of think if you get paid a couple of $100,000 for a speech, must be a great speech. I think we should release it and let the American people see what that transcript was.
And I have said, and I will say again, I'll be happy to release anything I have as long as everybody else does too. Because what really is behind that question, Republicans and Democrats, is whether I can stand up to Wall Street. Well, let's have some facts instead of some rhetoric for a change.
So there you have it. Interestingly, the crowd booed when she started to give her answer. And that was the safest answer she could possibly have given. I'll release it when everyone else releases it. Now here's the implication. Maybe she didn't mean to give this implication. People who are going to speak to very wealthy, very powerful people, and then are getting exorbitant sums of money for their speaker fee, well, they're probably not going to stand up to the people that they are speaking to. In other words, does anyone really believe that Hillary Clinton went and received a $225,000 check for giving a 20 or 30-minute speech, and that in that speech she rebuked the people in the room for their corruption, for their abuse of the rules, for taking advantage of working Americans? It's laughable. It really is laughable. And so the fact of the matter is that she probably praised them. She probably told them how great they were and how we survived the worst economic meltdown and the future looks great now because of Obama's policies. I don't know what she said. We'll probably never know what she said because she's not going to release the speech. But it was worth a laugh to show you that. Let's fast forward to just one 90-second clip that some brave soul put together from the CNN debate last night. And I was watching the debate. By the way, here I have to eat a big piece of humble pie. I said that it was going to be a blood fest. It was going to be just a brutal debate because the last one was so bad. And Rubio and Cruz are so bent on taking Trump out. Well, everyone seems to have had their advisors or their gut check, and they said no. And I was sitting there watching it, and I said to my wife, I said, this is weird. This is actually polite. This is substance. You know, there's substance going on. And then Trump came up with the line that begins this clip. And I do want to talk about the Islam issue when we come back from watching this clip.
I cannot believe how civil it's been up here.
You told CNN, quote, "Islam hates us." Did you mean all 1.6 billion Muslims?
There's tremendous hatred, and I will stick with exactly what I said.
If you go anywhere in the world, you're going to see American men and women serving us in uniform that are Muslim.
You can be politically correct if you want. I don't want to be so politically correct.
I'm not interested in being politically correct. I'm interested in being correct.
I happen to believe in solar energy, wind energy, efficiency, renewables matter.
These laws some people are asking us to pass will do nothing for the environment, and they will hurt and devastate our economy. Do you believe that you've done anything to create a tone where this kind of violence would be encouraged?
I certainly do not condone that at all, Jim.
February 1st, knock the crap out of them, would you?
It's not me. It's usually the municipal government, the police.
At Donald's rallies recently, he's taken to asking people in the crowd to raise their hand and pledge their support
I would probably have the embassy closed until such time as a really good deal was made and struck by the United States.
The embassy is the former consulate. It's the same building, so it could just go back to being called a consulate. We don't have to close it that way. Second of all, I don't know where Cuba's going to sue us, but if they sue us in a court in Miami, they're going to lose.
There's some in Washington who are having fevered dreams of a brokered convention. I think that would be an absolute disaster.
So we don't know what's going to happen because we still have about half the delegates to be selected.
Embrace these millions of people that now, for the first time ever, love the Republican Party.
All right. So there you have it. It was civil. Let me, two things. One is about the delegate count, and the other thing is about Islam. Let's do the delegate count first. On our website, we have a tool for you to use. Here it is right here. It's very rudimentary. All right? It's a Word document PDF that you can download into your home and you can write notes on it. It has the remaining primaries, what their date is, what state, and what the delegate count is, and if it's a proportional state or whether it's winner take all, or in a couple of cases, if the congressional districts play a role in how the delegates are counted. This is a way for you to see for yourself how this race is going. I've been listening to people. See, what John Kasich said in that clip is simply not true. All right? John Kasich said, no one knows how this is going to go. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Governor. We know you're not going to get the delegates. That was obfuscation, okay? He was dodging and thereby deceiving. The numbers are not there for Kasich or for Rubio to get the nomination. They can't do it, all right? It's a simple matter of math. With Cruz, he could do it, but he would have to turn so many states around that it would be very difficult. So that's issue number one. Issue number two about the delegates is that there's a natural constituency. I predicted to you that Cruz would win Idaho. And the reason is because Idaho is a natural constituency for him. There are people who are saying right now that if Trump wins Florida and wins Ohio this coming Tuesday, that he'll probably be unstoppable. Numerically, that's not true. He could absolutely be stopped. But the problem is that some of the days where the primaries take place, like Maryland, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Ted Cruz doesn't have a natural constituency there. And Trump is probably going to do really well and sweep a lot of those primaries. That's the problem. The numbers are still there for Ted to win. But the base, the constituency, the people that he would need to derail Trump are not there for him. So go to our website if you want to use this tool. And the other thing is that they said, I was listening to a talk show host yesterday who said if Trump loses Ohio or Florida, then he could be stopped. No, that's actually not true. If you go to our website, I'll show you that I'm going to give Kasich Ohio. In my prediction, my humble pie prediction, if I'm wrong, I give Trump Florida and I give Kasich Ohio. But I show you how that Trump is going to win, even if Trump loses Pennsylvania and Delaware as well. It's all in the numbers. It's all right there. And this tool can be in your hand for you to use. And then you can go around to your friends and be like, hey, I know this stuff. I'm just like a TV talk show host. All right, maybe not. I don't know. But go ahead and use the tool. I'll be right back. I want to talk to you about this evangelical poll, and I want to do a quick history lesson about products and trade, because I told you I would yesterday. I want to get into that today. Don't go away.